We'll conclude the first half of our journey 1 month later, in March 2007. David Tennant popped up on Steve Wright's Radio 2 programme to promote the imminent debut of the new third series and to discuss the Doctor's new travelling companion.
David Tennant is here, everybody.
Hey.
And he's going to talk about the new series of...
what's it called?
What's it called? I know.
Who's my line?
It's Doctor Who.
Yeah. There's been no trailers or anything. You wouldn't know.
No.
Well, I tell you what, they're doing you proud, aren't they?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Just everywhere. And you get those in all different times as well. You get those in the 18th century on the BBC One there. And in the future, on the Cyberman TV and on the Dalek TV. You get that everywhere. Are you yet fed up with being Doctor Who?
No. It's great. It's the best job in the world, isn't it?
Sorry about that question. That's terrible, isn't
No,
it?
it's not. I mean, it is all-consuming. It is one of those shows that follows you wherever you go. Obviously, I'm not filming at the moment, but it's still, well, we're about to come out, so obviously it's everywhere. But even when you're not filming, it touches your life every single day. There's something about Doctor Who happens because somebody sees you or somebody mentions it, and it's an honour to be part of it. I know that sounds a bit naff, doesn't it? But it's true. It's a genuine privilege to be part of something that people love so much.
Yeah, are you slightly amazed, even after all these years, at the incredible following and changing following all the time?
Obviously, I'm not going to be amazed because they're following the show that we're now doing, which we're all terribly proud of. Why would that be a surprise at all?
But it disappeared for a number of years and then it came back with Christopher briefly and then you. It's come back with a vengeance, hasn't it?
It never went away, though. That's the thing. It's one of those things.
You're right.
Yeah. And even when it wasn't on the telly all the time, it was still going on. And every newspaper, if they could put a picture of a Dalek next to a story of anything at all, they would. You know, it's one of those sort of cultural icons. It doesn't ever quite go away. And, whatever happens to this series, I don't think Doctor Who will ever quite leave the national consciousness.
And it's a uniquely British phenomenon that has been popular as a mini-movie in America and has been popular across the world, really. It's an interesting phenomenon, don't you think? Is it to do with our childhood? What's the popularity all about?
It can't just be that, because if it was just that, it would exist as a nostalgia thing, and it wouldn't be still on primetime BBC One. It's obviously got a new audience and has recaptured the old audience as well, I suppose. It's a cult, but that makes it sound like it's a very minority interest, and I don't think it is. No.
What's the atmosphere like when you're doing it? Is it very workaday, or do you feel like, wow, I'm on the set of Doctor Who?
I mean, maybe it's just me, but I think that we all kind of love it. There is something about making this show that's just a bit special. Everyone who works on the show has worked on many other television things, and people who've been working in the industry for many, many years, but there's just something about making this.
And that every show has to be a kind of a mini masterpiece?
Well, exactly. It takes 9 months to film a series, which is a long time, but it flies by because it's not like, oh, it's the police station set again or it's the pub set again, because every 2.5 weeks it completely changes. There's a whole new cast, a whole new set of sets, and each script has its own life as well, so it's a very easy show to stick with.
Steve mentioned the scary aspects of Doctor Who, which is something we all think of and hiding behind the sofa and all those gags. But do you think that this time round it is much scarier? Because my little boy's 8. Quite a lot of people have said to me, oh, be careful because it might be a bit too scary for him. What do you think?
That's a good scary though, isn't it? It's good to be a bit scared as a kid. Yeah. And I think kids have a better grasp of what's fiction and what's reality than we give them credit for. And I think there's a sort of rites of passage to getting a bit scared, isn't there? And Doctor Who, in a way, maybe there's a safety net there. It allows you to know what it is to be scared, but still know it's going to be all right at the end of the day and the Doctor's going to win through it. It's a thrilling scary rather than...
But don't you think the Doctor's a little scary as well? I mean, you bring a great manic quality to it.
Sometimes. I think he should be. I mean, he's an alien.
I think they've all had that quality to them, don't you?
Yeah, your Doctor he was almost alarmingly eccentric.
It's like harking back to Patrick Troughton.
Well, I can think nothing finer than harking back to Patrick Troughton.
Everybody will ask you this, and I hate to ask it because it's just too corny, but who's your favourite Doctor Who apart from yourself?
Apart from myself?
I'm glad you got in there before me.
I think there is something about this show. It kind of imprints on you as a kid, doesn't it? So I think you have an eternal fondness for the person who you first knew as the Doctor, don't you? Which doesn't mean you can't accept the new ones as they come along. But, I mean, for me, Tom Baker was it, because I was born in 71, so growing up through the 70s, it was him.
What about the new assistant? Tell me about her. She looks great.
Freema Agyeman plays Martha Jones, and very good she is too, yeah. I mean, I think it's tough because everyone loved Rose, and everyone rightly loves Billy, and it's hard to follow on from someone like that, and she would have every right to feel daunted or nervous, but she didn't. She hit the ground running, and she just nails it from episode 1. You'll see on Saturday night. She's fantastic.
We'd like to see the Doctor go back down the central line, wouldn't we, looking for the Yeti with Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart?
Ah, wouldn't we all? Yeah, that's a very nice
That's
idea.
before your time, isn't it?
No, but I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
What about the Daleks? What's Doctor Who's view on the Daleks?
They're hard to beat, aren't they? Well, they're hard to beat in every way. They're hard for the Doctor to beat, but they're so kind of iconic, aren't they? They're just hardwired into everyone's consciousness.
Are they still going to be flying next time we see them?
Oh, yeah.
Really? See, I'm not sure about that. That's my only criticism. I'm not sure about a flying Dalek.
That's how they get up and downstairs. That's how they've conquered the universe up till now. You just didn't see it before. They used to. They just cut away to something else.
You can see David Tennant as Doctor Who on Saturday at 7 p.m, BBC One, and again at 7 p.m. on Sunday on BBC Three. Great to see you. Thank you very much, David Tennant.
A real pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. David Tennant, everybody, on The Big Show on Radio 2.